Okay, Patrick, great class. Don't I know it's a challenge. Don't worry about this. You see, these are new things, very interesting things, and we're going to work more on these scales and things like that. So, um, I'm just going to touch base with the two scales that I showed you. It's um, it's going to be the whole tone scale. The whole tone scale is like doing whole steps. You know, you could think of it that way. It's going to be 3 5 7 on your sixth string, 4 6 8 on your fifth string, and then you have 7 9 and oh, I'm sorry, 5 7 9 on your fourth string, right? So very unique, unusual kind of tones. It's very close to being like a chromatic scale where you just kind of hit all the notes, but you're hitting a certain unique pattern. You know, where you have your odds, you have your evens, you have your odds. Okay, if you want to do the entire thing, what you can do is you would hit 3 5 7 4 6 8 5 7 yeah 5 7 9, and then you would hit 6 8 10, right? From the 6 8 10, you're gonna skip to your second string and you're gonna hit 8 10 12, and then when you get to your first string you're gonna hit 9 11 13. Okay, it's kind of tricky. Things kind of change when you go between the third and the second string, because the G string, you have it changes the order of the whole steps. You have a half note in there, so the string itself is different in its tuning, right? Because of the way the strings are tuned. So when you get to the third string, the format kind of changes. Okay. Um, so again, it would be 3 5 7 4 6 8 5 7 9, and then you do 6 8 10, and then from 6 8 10 you skip to your second string and you hit 8 10 12. Yeah, 8 10 12, and then you're gonna hit on your first string 9 11 13. Okay, that's even hard to name all the positions there. It's a very tricky scale. Okay, the other scale that we did was the diminished. We did an A diminished. Okay, the A diminished is 5 7 8 5 6 9 6 7. All right, that's all you did. 5 7 8 5 6 9 6 7. Okay, there's a couple of different ways to do the second part or the second octave of this. You can go 5 7 8 5 6 9 6 7, and then you'll do 6 7 9 10 7 8 11 9 10. Yeah, that's another one. All right, so let's do it again. So it's 5 7 8 5 6 9 6 7 9 10 7 8 11 9 10. That's a tough one. It's kind of tricky. So I'm going to show you that way first. Let's see if and I'm showing you that way because when we do the A harmonic minor, that's very similar. So when we do the A harmonic minor, we have 5 7 8 5 7 8 6 7, and you know the second octave of that. So that's why I showed you the structure in that direction. So remember that. So that's your harmonic minor as opposed to the diminished. All right, so those are the two scales. And then the other thing we did was I was going through the droning technique. You did that one, and the piano technique. Now I broke that down into like two different uh, two different methods of that piano technique. But what you said, you can say it that way, that it's the same technique. You're just kind of changing it a little bit to fit the style. The style being, if you're doing like blues, yeah, right. Um, and then as opposed to like using the major scale instead of the pentatonic, instead of the blues, you could do another genre. But if you're playing in a major key, all right, so that would be the G major. But you can, like what we were saying, you could do like two or three notes of the open and then hit the note itself. Do that really slow. So you can play around with it. I added some single notes in there, but just get a feel for it. Because when you play it fast, that kind of playing is for, when you're doing solos, and you may want to do some fast things in there. And then do some hammer-ons, things like that. You'll see a lot of the heavy metal guys when they're playing, but you can see that style even in classical music, when they're just using the one string, maybe in Spanish style music. You know, just things like that. So those are different ways of using that technique. That's an easier way of explaining it, and I think you mentioned that first. Um, so you can use that technique, but make sure you play it a certain way according to the style of music you're playing. All right. It just sounds a certain way when you change that technique a little bit. It really sounds a certain way, and the expression, um, the people will understand the expression you're trying to convey or trying to send across to your listeners. Okay, so play around with those things, and if you have any problems, get back to me and let me know what those problems are. All right. So practice, and what we'll do is in the next class Thursday, we'll work on your song, which is more of a gypsy jazz kind of a. We can use a gypsy jazz style with it, and you could use those techniques for your song. Okay. Now I thank you very much, and I will see you on Thursday. Practice, practice, practice. All right. Have a good one. God bless.